Hello, it's Miss Keel here, and I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the GCSE PE we run here at IES Breckland. We use the Edexcel exam board currently, and lots of information can be found on their website. So why choose GCSE PE? Topics are relevant for individuals' personal health, fitness and well-being. It links to many different career paths. There's lots of different skills to be gained from doing this course because it's practical and theoretical. For me, the most important thing is it develops a holistic understanding of physical education. It's not just about physical activity, it's how you get better, how that's going to impact you, how can you improve performance. It's really very interesting. The course is broken down into 4 parts. 2 of those are exams. One is a coursework, a PEP, personal exercise programme. And the last part is your practical element, where you are assessed in 3 different sports. The first component is the first exam, and in this topic you will develop a knowledge and understanding of the key body systems and how they impact on health, fitness and performance in physical activity and sport. So that's things like learning about the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, how blood travels around the body and how that impacts performance, for example. We also look at movement analysis, understanding how the body moves, physical training, how we train to get fitter, how we ensure progression. And throughout all of this, there is a use of data, particularly with heart rates. It's really important to be aware of these things. The second component is the second exam and has a focus on health and performance. Here we look at things like diet, nutrition, hydration and sleep. Under the sports psychology topic, we look at skill acquisition. How do we learn? How do we guide people? Why that's important? How we think about that for beginners, for intermediate, for advanced players. We also look at socio-cultural influences, so the similarities and differences between genders, between age groups in the population and their involvement in sport and different physical activities. And throughout all that, again, there is a use of data. Here it's more to do with participation rates, understanding numbers regarding participation in cycling or Olympic events and so on. It's very interesting looking at the data for participation rates, and it is something we need to be aware of if you were to choose this GCSE. The third component, the third part of the GCSE is your practical performance. It's 30% of the qualification. So it's not loads. There's a common misconception that, if you're good at a sport, that's going to get you through the GCSE. It's really important to understand there are 3 sports that you are assessed in. 1 must be a team activity, 1 must be an individual activity, and then there is a free choice. There are some requirements, so for example, you can't do singles tennis and then doubles tennis. But there's lots of options, and the full sport list is on the Edexcel website if you want to look at that any further, or obviously email me. The sports are assessed with clear guidelines and are given levels and points and marks for each sport. The last component is the PEP, or the Personal Exercise Programme, where students design and complete their own workout. They run fitness tests, they assess their data, they create a specific work programme, so it could be a circuit, for example, to work on muscular endurance for netball or for football. They would monitor that, they would evaluate it, they would adapt it through the programme, and then they would evaluate it. So obviously, it's really important. It's a chance to improve their fitness, but there is that coursework written side of things as well. So it's really important for GCSE PE that we understand that it's not all practical. If you're just good in one sport and you're not willing to put the work in elsewhere, it's not for you. You need to be prepared to improve your own fitness, so if you're not prepared to do that, it's not for you. If you're not prepared to learn about what makes us better, what makes us better performers, what makes us healthier, this is not for you. It's not for someone who simply likes PE. We're not doing practical all the time. It's not as recreational. We do need to focus on doing well. So people need to understand that it's a hard working environment, not only practically, but also theoretically. It is for someone who's prepared to work hard practically and theoretically. You will get a lot out of this, learning about how to improve your performance, how to improve your health. It is for someone who's prepared to do things to improve themselves in their own time. it will complement that sort of mindset, or complement someone who wants to look after themselves. It's definitely for someone who has an interest in physical activity for the future, or how physical activity improves health. It is for someone who has an interest in anatomy, physiology, how the body works, how the body moves. And it is for someone who participates in physical activity regularly outside of school, either now or they're prepared to do. We're very lucky within the GCSE. We teach things that are relevant to life, being fit, being healthy, why that's important. But we need to understand that it's not an easy course at the same time. There is a lot to learn. So in summary, the GCSE PE has 3 sports where you're assessed in. It has 2 exams and 1 piece of coursework, which is a personal exercise programme. There is a mixture of practical and theoretical knowledge, but it is more theoretical than it is practical. We do, where possible, link it to a practical setting, but the vast majority of work is done in the classroom. So you need to understand, in doing this, it doesn't mean you're going to get 5 more practical lessons a fortnight. It is a great thing to learn, it's a great thing to teach, but you need to choose carefully, you need to choose wisely. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email me, or again, look at the Edexcel Pearson website. Thank you for listening. I hope you found it useful.